Hey friends, my name is Steve Guttenberg and I am the Audiophiliac. Today, the question is, what's up with mastering engineers? I mean, there's a lot of audiophiles. Pretty much it's just audiophiles, just us audiophiles, who have this thing about mastering engineers, that mastering engineers just can make a recording sound great. And I have a real problem with that because I think that the engineers that came before in the process of making any recording, the recording engineers, the guys that did the original tracking, and then the mixing engineers, they had a lot more to do with the sound of a given recording than the mastering engineer does, right? I mean, the original recording engineers, the guys in the studio, setting up microphones, picking microphones, setting up the microphones for proper placement, choosing microphone preamps, the rest of the recording chain, the acoustics of the studio, all these things were in the purview of the recording engineer. I think all that stuff has a lot more to do with the sound of recording. The mic on a vocalist, for example, is crucial. The mastering engineer is not going to do anything about the mic choice made for the singers, right? Or the mic choices on the drum kit, or the mic choices for the guitars. All of those things, way more important than mastering. I get it. And then, of course, in mixing, mixing is fixing tracks, fixing mistakes, EQing, dynamic range compression, all sorts of tricks, auto-tune for out-of-tune singers. How could we make records in the year 2018 if we couldn't fix out-of-tune singers, right? So all of that stuff happens in the mixing phase. So all that, recording, mixing, and then the mastering engineer gets whatever was basically handed to them, and then they smooth it all out. They prepare it for each release format, let's say MP3, CD, LP, 8-track cassette, whatever. All of those things, that's what the mastering engineer does. And their basic tools are equalization and compression. That's kind of what they do, right? So they're all important. But this idea that the mastering, first of all, I think when we're talking about mastering, we're talking about remastering, which would sort of negate the people who made the original choices in mastering, like when the band was still alive and, what was approved in the first place, right? So is the remastering better than the original? Well, it could be. It's not to say it really can't improve on it. It's just that it basically, nowadays, remastering means making it louder, adding, missing tracks, bonus tracks, alternate takes, that kind of stuff. But making it better than the original mix? Yeah, sometimes. But I wouldn't be counting on it with remastering. But anyway, I keep seeing these comments all the time on social media about, oh, it's all about the mastering. It just irks me because it just frustrates me because what about the recording engineers that did all the really hard work in the beginning and the mixing engineers who refined the original recording? That's 2/3 of the three parts, right? Record, mix, master. So the first 2/3 of the recording's lifespan were done by other people before it gets to the mastering engineer. Mastering engineer might take a day to do the mastering of a record, right? The recording and mix went on for days or weeks or possibly even months. So what's up with this mastering thing, Calm down with mastering. Some of my best friends are mastering engineers. Of course, if you feel differently, and if you're a mastering engineer, tell me where I've gone wrong here. Please do. And that's it. If you like these videos, please subscribe. If not, don't subscribe. See you again soon, though, I hope.